Seemingly something of a crisis now for Prince Harry, the former royal known as the Duke of Sussex. And this is a really big problem because consequently, when your new team as ever tell you, well, you should do this, you should do that, things should be very simple. Of course, you take heed from them, and more importantly, you listen and learn, and hopefully they're doing the right thing because after all, you're paying them a lot of money. But it's never easy, as I often say here to all of us chums on the show, that, if you're in the world of celebrity, you really do go down very quickly because people move on. We saw that in the last year, didn't we, with Katy Perry and then Jennifer Lopez. And I remember interviewing those ladies at the peak of their power, their fame. People loved them. They wanted to go and see their concerts, buy their records, movies, that sort of stuff. Then very quickly, you're yesterday's news. This now is a huge problem, and one that apparently is causing ructions behind those Montecito mansion doors. Let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time today. Nice to have your company. And thank you, by the way, for enjoying the royal scandal, all about a man really that did shock society way back when royalty was really very, very secretive. I mean, you think they are today, but trust me, they were far more secretive then. And this man, as I said, it was a fascinating character. If you haven't seen it, it's all about Leslie Hutchinson, and just exactly how he scandalized the upper classes, the Mayfair set, all that sort of stuff, and then seemingly got cast aside when he was no longer useful. It's a story that goes round as old as time, isn't it, But the people that they meet along the way, as I said, I was lucky enough to meet many people that worked with him, and his story was truly fascinating. Briefly sort of mentioned on Downton Abbey, but over here on my channel, you get the full inside track. As ever, let's get back to your royal story of the day. Now, 2024 was the year that Prince Harry decided we needed to see him smile again. You see, he's always been used to the fact that, well, people like him. He was a popular prince, far more popular, some might say, than even the late Queen Elizabeth II. But here's where it gets interesting, you see, because as you now know, when you've soured and dowered people for such a long time, people just get fed up of you. They think, oh no, we've had enough. And that's really what's happened to Harry. Whenever he popped up, he was moaning, mithering about everything that was wrong with his life, never seemingly grateful. Every interview was about how stressed and hurt and everything he was. And if you remember the tabloids on trial, it's very hard to take somebody sitting with all that wealth, all that, supposed power and all that privilege, while everybody else is going through a cost of living crisis. Rich people moaning only really work in soap operas like Dallas and Dynasty. You agree? So, of course, he paid big bucks to turn his image around. And his image was going to be turned around with things like this. You remember the fake tattoo with Jelly Roll, right? That was supposedly shown as his fun side. He could be great. And then, of course, his little soldiers video that really didn't work because it was via Zoom. He should have made an effort and gone over there and maybe set up a party. The other thing, of course, was the Jimmy Kimmel thing, with the horror thing for NBC. Paid a lot of money, but showing Harry to be full of expletives and, of course, just simply great fun. None of that actually turned around. The rating, the popularity has still sunk lower than, well, you could imagine. And according to a source, Prince Harry, he's just absolutely amazed at the negativity that he's now receiving alongside his wife. You see, for a while they were the most popular royals, as we all know. And Harry thought stunts like this would remind people of, remember the thing where the kid was stealing his crisps? Well, he was kind of warm and lovable and delightful. But of course, he's revealed far too much of his inner turmoil and his inner self for people now to see past that. And we all now know that stunts like the fake tattoo and, of course, the screaming and expletives inside a horror thing, well, it's gone. And it doesn't matter what you spend, what you do, and who you employ. Seemingly, nobody is buying this new rebranded, fun-alike Prince Harry. Or are you? Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.